Hi there, in today's question and answer session, I've got a question here from Michael. Michael asks, what do you do with the frustration and depression that you feel when you've got an injury? Especially when you've got a super cool race really nearby and that you know you could finish, but if you had to go out there and push yourself in the race, you have a serious risk to the injury and putting yourself back months, if not even close to a year. So what do you do as far as dealing with your feelings of depression, frustration and anxiety about having an injury, this really cool race nearby, and what do you do? What do you do? Personally, what I'd say is your really cool race will be there again next year. So why risk long-term injury damage to your body for the short-term gain of competing in this cool nearby race? Also, if you re-injure yourself to the level where you start requiring surgery and serious long-term rehabilitation, all you're going to be doing, if you go and compete in this nearby race, you're risking serious long-term injury that puts you back months, maybe even a year, maybe even needing to go and have surgery to sort out the problem. That will not only put you back the additional months that you won't be able to train, it will put you back additional months beyond that while you're now trying to get your endurance fitness back up to the level where it was, where you are right at the moment. Is that worth it? Personally, I'd say no. However, that doesn't help you deal with your feelings of frustration, anxiety and depression about feeling left out of this really cool event. There is an incredibly simple answer. And this is an answer that I would suggest to each and every single one of your runners out there. Should you be sidelined by an injury, or for that matter, you feel like you're depending on where your training cycles are, you're cycling off a peak at the moment, and you're wanting to be taking things more easily, and there's a race nearby and such like, the same thing applies to you as well. Phone up the organizer and sign up as a volunteer for the race. After all the races that you're doing, there are volunteers out there standing on corners with flags in their hand, redirecting traffic, standing there at the aid stations with their hands out, with a drink, with a sponge, whatever the case may be, a gel, to help your race experience be as smooth and as enjoyable as possible. So Michael, my suggestion is this cool race nearby, don't sign up as a competitor, sign up as a volunteer. That way you're still up in the cool vibe of the race itself, and you can be enjoying the race vibe, but also you'll be at the same time doing something to put something back into the sport, paying it forward to those guys that are out there enjoying their race. And as I mentioned, it's my strong suggestion to all runners out there to at least once a year volunteer for on a race. After all, you getting the benefit on all the races that you're running from the volunteers that are out there in the sun, in the rain, whatever the case may be. So please pay it forward, volunteer for at least one race a year, so that way you're helping the running community at large enjoy their races. Because after all, without the volunteers, your race experience when you're running a race will be nowhere near as enjoyable. That's my take on the situation there, Michael. Other runners might have similar or different ideas. We'll post those comments in the comment section down below. Any additional questions that you might have, post them down below as well. Click the like button down below this video, share it amongst your running friends, and last but by no means least, click the subscribe button. That way you can subscribe to my channel and stay up to date on new videos as I post them on a week-to-week basis. Stay safe out there. See you next time. Cheers.